everybody. How you guys doing? We're thanking you on tonight. I want to thank everybody who is on here on tonight, joining Sacred Healing Mind, Body, and Soul. I came on earlier today, letting you guys know that the April is the month of National Minority Health, and I wanted to touch base with some of these phenomenal lineup of women that I'm bringing on here. And tonight is the first guest that we have. This is my dear sister Empress that is joining me on tonight. I wanted to start this month off, and who did I ever think of would be Empress, because Empress is amazing. She's very transparent in her speaking, but also very passionate about her life, herself, and people. And this is what sacred healing is about. Sacred healing is about edifying. Sacred healing is about healing. Sacred healing is about walking in your greatness and walking in everything that God has for you. And so on tonight, we're going to bring some really good knowledge. We're going to give you guys some understanding of what it is to live within a life with somebody who has an immune disorder. And Empress is going to give her testimony, what her life is like on a daily basis, and how she's been able to navigate with a holistic approaches in her life. And she's going to be giving you guys some tips and some of the things that she's done to be successful in it, and also other things that she does to keep striving and educating herself in it, because it's not just, she's very keen about doing research. You could tell her something, but you can best believe she's going to research it. She doesn't care if you have that MD behind your name. But no, we're not going to wait any longer. I want to bring on Miss Empress. She's going to give herself her own introduction, because you know what, I can give it to you, but we don't know ourselves better than us, right? Nobody knows us better than us. So I welcome you, sis. It's an honor to have you here. I appreciate. I just want to tell you, I appreciate your support, for real, sis. You're always there to support. Even when you come in into our wellness chats, and you give insight and inspiration, and I appreciate that, because it takes a community to do that, and you stand in the gap for me a lot of times, and I appreciate that. So Empress, the stage is yours, beautiful. Go ahead and introduce who Empress is, and we will go from there.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. Like, I love
Yes.
your shows. I know it's been plenty of times where I've been like in the car with the kids, like, hold on, I'm listening. Be quiet. I'm listening to
Yeah.
Regina. And they're looking like, who? I'm like, mind your business.
Exactly. You know how these kids are. Yeah, mind your
And
business, baby.
so your show is very beautiful, and especially if I've had like a challenging day, I'm like, hold on,
Right.
let me get my mind right back right. And I know coming to your shows on Wednesday will definitely get me
Hmm.
back right. And just you have such a beautiful soul, spirit, inside
I
and out.
appreciate it.
You're
I
so
know we
gold.
connected. Yeah, yeah, we connected. It was kind of like how we connected, because we didn't even know each other. To be honest with you, I
No,
still don't really know how it occurred, but it just occurred. It was just a divine alignment, sis.
it was
I mean, it,
definitely
it just
divine
like we knew
alignment.
each. It was just like we knew each other. All like we had been on each other.
And it was so beautiful. And I was like, okay, I love Regina. She's so awesome. And she's honest and she's transparent and she accepts people for who they are. She doesn't try to
Hmm.
change people. So I highly
Right.
respect that about you. So thank you. So nice to meet everybody on Sacred Healing. I am
Yes.
Empress Bay. And first and foremost, I'm a personal stylist. So I do work with women and help them with their mind and style. And it's so crazy because you think of a personal stylist and you're like, oh, that's just fashion. Well, it's mindset too, it's mental
Yes.
health, it's wellness. And it's crazy because I never wanted to do this, but you tell God your plans and he's like, nope, I got this. I'm pushing you out there. You're doing this. This is
Right.
how you do it. And for years, I tried to do it my way and it didn't work. So now I'm like, okay, God, what's the blueprint? What we doing? How am I
Right.
doing this thing so it can really, impact some lives? So I'm a mother of two boys. One is almost 11. The other is almost 17. They are,
What?
they
Girl, you
are,
looking good now. Come on now.
that's them God genes. Hello.
Okay.
Listen, they definitely give me a go for my money, but they're a huge support system for me. I have a host of friends, support
Uh-huh.
system. My mom is such a huge supporter for me.
And
She's
let
an
them know
advocate.
you're now. Let them know where you're from now. Come on now.
Listen,
Let them know where you're from.
Austin, Texas, Austin, Texas. But listen, the great state of Texas. When you ask somebody where they're from and they're from Texas, we all love each other. So we always say, I'm from Texas. So if somebody tells you they're from Texas, we from Texas. That's just what it is. Like by way of Austin, Texas, though, I grew up here. I lived in Houston for a while. Still love Houston, love Dallas, love San Antonio. So
You just
yeah,
a Texas girl, baby.
listen, better know it. Um, I I'm a beautiful person. I'm
Mhm.
an ambivert. I'm both extrovert and introvert. Like I can sit by myself in
Yeah.
solitude and
Yep.
silence and not do anything or bother anyone. Then I can also be in a group of people if it's not too much for my spirit and I can
Right.
interact and laugh and say,
You better
hey,
tell them. You better
yeah,
tell. It all depends. It all depends. That's what people don't really realize. You can go into a setting, sis, and you be all, before you get there, and you be all good, and all of a sudden you walk in, and you're just like, okay, you know what? I don't even feel like sitting next to anybody. I need to find the corner somewhere over there and just sit because your spirit already feels it.
my spirit feels it.
Yep.
And I always say, please, God, don't let me go in here and cut up. Please don't let me go in here and say nothing. I just need to leave. Like I've been at plenty of events where the energy was off, and I was like, "Oh, I'm leaving," and I
Yeah.
snuck out, and somebody texted me, "Oh, Empress, where'd you?" I left because the
Yeah.
energy was off,
It,
and I
it just
wasn't
it
about.
wasn't for you. It's not for you. Some settings are just not always for you.
No, not at
You
all.
know.
So, yeah, I'm a
Okay, so
lover.
you're a lover.
I'm a lover. I'm absolutely a lover. It's so crazy. Love is always such a beautiful thing. Come on, y'all know what First
Yes.
Corinthians chapter. Love is patient, love is kind. So I'm really diving into what love really means, and not just, oh, I love that person. No, do you love them like it says in Corinthians though?
Yes.
And I have to convict
Exactly.
myself because if not, my flesh will take over, and I'll be like, yeah, no, I don't love them.
Right.
No, no. So I'm
Now, Empress, I have a question for you, sweetheart. Where
yes.
um where did your journey start with your diagnosis? Like when was it that you were diagnosed? Like take me to that time where what you were going through before you were diagnosed with lupus. This is what we're talking about, autoimmune disease, and Empress has lupus. So give me that story of how that began for you.
Yeah. So actually for me, it all seems like it started in 2015.
Okay.
And I had, my youngest son, which is Canelo, and he was a baby, and I was feeling just sick and lethargic and tired and having
Mm-hmm.
issues with my kidneys and nosebleeds. And I was like, what's happening? I mean, it would be the middle of the afternoon and I would be tired and sleep. And then at this point, too, I was a part of a network marketing company. So
Okay.
I was really close and really cool with this amazing guy. Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
William Haynes. And we would always talk and talk. I was like, I'm not feeling good. And he was like, Empress, it sounds like you have lupus. And I was like, no, you got to be born with that. That sounds
Right,
crazy.
right.
And he's like, you are a young woman. You're laying around all the time. You're tired. There's no way. You shouldn't be tired
Wow.
like this. I was having skin issues, like this butterfly rash in my face, gut
Mm.
issues. I was like, it can't be. And so, honestly, and I give him so much love. He was the reason I went to the doctor and
Okay.
found out what was happening because at first I was like, I'm not going to the doctor. But I originally went to the doctor, and this was in 2016. It took me from 2015 to 2016 because I was afraid. I was like, no. So my first doctor, he ran what they call an ANA panel. So it's an anti-nucleotide and
Mm-hmm.
antibody. So they give
Okay.
you that test when they want to see if your body is making autoantibodies. And basically,
Okay.
people with autoimmune diseases, their body makes autoantibodies. Just crazy. Just your immune system flares up, it goes
Mm-hmm.
insane, and it's just in attack mode. It's overactive. And so when he first came back with that ANA and said it was positive, I was all over the place. I was like, wait, what do you mean? He was like, there's something going on with your immune system. It's off. He said, you probably have an autoimmune disease. And I said,
Okay.
like HIV? And he said, no. He said, HIV and AIDS are completely different than
Mm-hmm.
autoimmune diseases. And so me being the person I am, whether he's a doctor or not, I'm
Mhm.
researching because I'm like, people with HIV and AIDS, their immune system is weak. So what is this
Right.
autoimmune stuff that he's talking about? Because it's
Right.
not the same. So it's not the same thing, but your body can behave in the same ways. From what I've known and saw people who, have had
Right.
HIV. It's insane. It's insane how the human body works. But so he sent me and referred me to a rheumatologist. This
Okay.
rheumatologist started and began to run tests. She was like, okay, let's run tests. My first diagnosis was Sjogren's syndrome. And with Sjogren's syndrome, it causes every part of your body to have dryness. So no sweat, no tears, your hair,
Nothing.
girl, dry.
Dry. Give us what it feels like to be dry, like you said. Hi, because I mean I've never experienced that. What does it feel like where you can't even have tears? You don't have. I mean,
I mean, that's when I knew it was serious because I had moments where I was crying and it was like nothing coming out. My hands get, really scaly. Like kind of now, I put some lotion so you can't really
right.
tell, but they get really scaly and black. My skin and my face gets really dry. My feet
Okay.
get dry. All of
How now, how about inside, like your
your
saliva in your mouth? Did
saliva,
that?
your mouth is really dry. Ladies, your girl part, yeah, uh, literally
Wow. Wow.
dryness, literally. And so I was like, what is this? Why is this? This is
Right.
crazy. And
Right.
so for a couple of months, I was just dealing with that. And so I switched rheumatologists
Okay.
because for me, I felt like she wasn't doing enough. And I was
Okay.
like, I still have pain. And I'm at this point, this is when I was looking up the lupus symptoms. I was like, I'm having lupus symptoms. I'm having, I started having seizures really bad. I was having the butterfly rash. One time when I was in Atlanta, I had a near death experience. Heartbeat stopped, pulse stopped. It was,
What?
yes, it was so bad. And so from that moment, that's when I started having seizures like back to back to back. So
Okay.
my mom was like, no, we're getting you into a new doctor. So she helped me find a new doctor because one of her friends had lupus. And so I
Okay.
went to new rheumatologist. And so he was like, no, let me run some tests. Let me see what's going on. So when he ran tests, he was like, guess what? He said, you have Sjogren's. Yes, the other doctor was in line, but you also have lupus. And this was in 2016. He said, your body, he said, your tests are not like fully like showing like, bam, lupus. He said, but with your symptoms and some of these tests coming up, he said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a rheumatologist. It's lupus and Sjogren's. And I was like, oh my God,
Wow.
what am I supposed to do? And then so then I started having really bad aches and pains in my back and shoulders. And so then he was like, oh, and you have fibromyalgia. And so this was like late 2016. I had to, be in the
Wow.
hospital, figure out why I was having seizures. And I was like, I'm tired. I'm
Okay.
seeing all these specialists.
Your body is just taking attack from every which way.
My body was in such attack mode. And then in 2017, I added on more specialists. I added on an endocrinologist. Then I added on an
Okay.
oncologist because I had enlarged lymph nodes under my breast. And so they said, okay, we want to test this to see if it's cancer, breast cancer, lymphoma. And
Right.
I was like, no. I was like, I'm done. I'm seeing y'all too much. I'm on 13 different prescriptions. So I literally, my nail tech was like, nope, I have a holistic doctor. Let me send you his
Your
information.
nail tech.
Nail tech. She
And
said,
then,
let
no,
me,
seriously, like as you, but like you said, you were talking about it.
absolutely.
If
I
she
was
would,
not
if you would
doing
have
it.
never expressed even to the nail tech or to somebody else, how would he it was the nail tech
Absolutely.
from
And
the
one of the
connection that you got. And that's something.
Yeah. One of the biggest reasons I told her is because, I was getting sick and I was like, hey, girl, I had to skip an appointment. I was like, hey, girl, like, I'm not feeling well. I said, and it's not
Right.
like something you can catch. It's, lupus. And she was like, wait,
Right.
what? She was like, wait, what? Forget the appointment. What are you talking about? I didn't even know you
Right.
had this. Empress, I have a holistic doctor. She said,
Wow.
this information. So when I reached out to him, you know,
Mm-hmm.
he was able to see what was going on and he was like, Empress, I am not your MD.
Right.
However, that medicine that they have you on is killing you.
Yep.
If you keep taking this medicine, it's not going to be good. He
Mm-hmm.
said, I have to give you that disclaimer. You can do what you want to do, but I'm telling you. So I was like, nope. I put all the medicine in the trash. I was like, and
That's
when
it.
I put all that, girl, when I got off that medicine, when I tell you I had withdrawals for like 4 weeks, it was horrible. I had the
What were
shakes.
your symptoms?
I was shaking. I was had real bad headaches. I was cold, having night sweats. I was vomiting everywhere, and I was like, I can't do this. I was crying. I was like, I cannot do this. I have to take this medicine. Something has to give because why does it feel like I'm a drug addict? Why does my body feel like,
Everybody say, yeah, everybody say, hey, I'm coming off. I'm not even like feeling like this. What's going on with
yeah,
me?
I was like, this is scary. I was like, I'm nervous, I'm scared, but I just kept the holistic regimens going on. So I was doing green smoothies. I
Okay.
was Echinacea Golden Seal, Mullein, Cascara, Sagrada. I was taking all these. I was just drinking green smoothies, eating extremely clean. I went
Okay.
vegan from 2017 to
Okay.
2018. I completely was like, nope, vegan. But what ended up happening was in 2018, I had anemia started coming up, and I was like, okay, I can't just be vegan. I have to, and obviously I'm not doing something right. So let me add
Right.
some type of meat back. So I added chicken back. I was like,
Okay.
okay, I can add chicken back. Then I was like, you know what? I can add seafood. So I can eat seafood and chicken, but keep eating the veggies. And
Right.
while honestly, I thought I had everything under control. I was working out with a, a trainer, and she
Okay.
had exercise classes, and she was giving us meal plans and meal prep. So 2018 to 2020, it was just like, I got this. I'm doing amazing.
Right.
And it helped me because I was also staying with my parents. So they helped me. They were really helping me with the boys. It wasn't a lot of stress. And then,
There you
of course,
go.
and then COVID hit. I was like, I can relax. I'm still good. But
Right.
then in 2021, I was like, you know what, mom? I think I'm okay. I said,
Right.
I can move out. She was like, well, but you know, I said, no, I'm going to be okay, mom. Trust me. I
Right.
said, I got this. I'm going to be
Right.
good. I'm about to do this. When I moved out my parents' house in 2021, I straight went into hustle mode because I felt like that was what I had to do. And I felt
Right.
like since I got rid of the lupus and
Okay.
Sjogren's, oh, so I can do whatever I want to do. So I'm running. By December of 2021, I was in the hospital in ICU with the
What?
doctor looking me in the face, telling me if you don't get a blood transfusion, you're gonna die. Your body has no blood, you're losing blood. He was like,
What?
you are losing blood. I was like, where is it going? He was like, we don't know.
Exactly. Exactly.
He said, we don't know. He said, we need to run tests. He said,
Okay.
so are you a Jehovah's Witness? And I was like, no. He was like, so why don't you, he was like, why don't you want blood? I said, because I don't know where this blood is coming from. Like, what
Right.
do you mean?
I'm the same way, Empress. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know. I know.
He said, I get it. He said, I promise you I get it. He said, but I can guarantee you if you don't take this blood like now, he said, it's an emergency situation. He said, you're in ICU. He said, that's how
Wow.
serious it is. He said, if you don't take this blood,
Oh
he said,
God.
you may go home and die
Right.
tomorrow. Later.
Right.
And
Right.
I said, is he
Really?
lying? Yes, I was like,
Exactly. So now you're still questioning it in
yeah.
ICU.
I was like, fine, I'll do it. So
Okay.
they ended up my mom and my sister didn't even know because I was like, I don't want to call them and stress them. But my sister called me and was like, where are you? I said, in the hospital, they're about to give me some blood. She said, they called me and asked me for your insurance information. I said, as they always do. It's all about the money. They want the money.
Right.
So
Right.
of
Right.
course they called you. She said, your mother is going crazy. She said, so I'm going to talk to her and tell her that I talked to you and you have to get a blood transfusion. So my mom came up there and she was like, was it okay? And I was like, she was like, you got to take care of yourself. I was like, I know you shouldn't have moved out. I said, no, it's
Oh
okay.
no.
Yeah, I was like, I think I got it. Like, it's
Right.
fine. It's good. So I thought I was good. I was like, I'm about to be good, but I got to get back in this grind and hustle mode
Right.
because he always need me to make sure everything is okay. Now I got all these bills, so I got to grind. I got to hustle.
Right.
In 2022 in January, for the whole month of January, I slept in my car. Nobody knew. Because I went from staying in a condo that I couldn't afford anymore to looking for an apartment. And I
Mm.
used to have issues with ego. Like, I don't want to bother nobody. I don't want to tell
I
nobody
got
I'm done.
you. I got you. Yep.
Okay. I was like, what? So then I got my apartment in February, moved in, and I was like, I said, Mom, I can't have the boys here yet. I have to figure out,
Right.
how to do things.
How
And
to navigate this.
man, it was so hard. Then I had to get, a job at Nordstrom as a stylist. That didn't
Hmm.
really work out. And that's when I first started noticing, okay, something feels off in my body, but I'm okay. I should be good. I'm still eating healthy. I'm not paying attention. Then when I
Right.
worked at Neiman Marcus, right after Nordstrom, I really noticed that I would be tired. I would
Hmm.
be aching. And I was like, maybe I'm just getting sick. That COVID thing, this COVID thing is still
Right.
out.
Right.
Coming
Right.
in this store coughing. Maybe it's just that. So I took a leave of absence from work. And as I took that leave of absence, I was like, I don't think I want to work anymore. I don't think I want a job. Like, I think I want to be a full time entrepreneur. I know this is dumb, but I'm about to do
Right.
this. So I quit my job. And then here comes 2023. I started receiving clients and I was like, I got this. I'm doing this.
Right.
I'm hustling. And I'm neglecting and forgetting about my
Your
mind
body again.
and my spirit. And I'm like, I'm hustling. And then last year in 2024, I was like, all right, God, you bringing me more clients. More clients started coming in. I was like, I got this. Nobody can tell me nothing. I'm styling all these ladies. Here I am styling magazine covers. Like, I'm doing
Right.
this, but I'm still tired. And I'm like, what's happening to my body? I'm like, I should be good. In July of 2024, I was sitting in the bathtub at like 2 a.m. and my body just felt like it was about to give out. And I
Wow.
immediately jumped out the tub and I said, wait, I can see my veins in my hands. I said, I don't know what this is. Am I dying? And my
Oh,
heart just started, it just started going, beating so
what?
fast. I just gently walked to my phone. I called 911 and I was like, I don't know, something is happening. I could feel my heart. I feel like I want to pass out. And she was like, okay, tell me your address, how old, all of this. And I was like, just hurry up and send somebody. I said, because I've never felt this and this doesn't feel good. So I called my mom and I was like, I need you to be calm. I said, I need you to come over here with the boy. She was like, what's happening? I said, I'm sitting here. I said, I'm being calm. She was like, well, I just want you to be okay. I said, no, God got me. I know I'm
Right.
okay. I said, I can feel God's presence, like holding me, surrounding me. I said, the
Right.
lady on the
Right.
phone told me to lay down, but no, ma'am. I ain't laying down because that's going I may not
Yeah.
wake
Hey,
up. And so I
listen.
was
That
like,
that lay down position means, hey, that can mean a whole. If I'm up, I'm
that can
moving.
mean I said, is this lady crazy? I said, lady, I'm not laying down. I'm sitting up and I'm breathing. I said, because that's the only thing I can do. I said, because my heart is beating so much. I said, and it's scaring me, but I'm going to be calm. That's all I knew. I was like, I'm going to be calm. I was like, what is this? When they took me to the hospital, they didn't find anything.
At all. They didn't find
They didn't
anything at
find
all.
anything at all. And I
So
was like,
Empress, during this
I
time,
have to go
even
back
like
to the
now,
doctor.
even like
They need
even
to run
now,
tests because we need
right,
to understand, what's happening, why it's happening. So I have very great and thorough regular doctors, like my Western
hey
medicine
Empress,
doctors.
I
Amazing.
think we're I don't
So
know,
I
can you
went
tell we're
to
staggering a
my
little
internal
bit?
medicine doctor and she said, oh, let me run
Oh,
tests. Let me see what's going on in your body. She said, because that's not normal. What'd you say?
do you feel like you're freezing a
What'd you
little
say?
bit? Does it feel like the screen is freezing a little bit? It was slowing
Did I
down.
lose you?
No, no, can you see me?
I just, it
Oh,
just, yeah, I was going to say it felt like it just a while ago, but now it's better. Yeah, I can see you.
okay.
Uh-huh. I
Okay.
can hear you.
I think okay, because I think you froze a little bit. Empress, can you see me? Okay. Empress, go back out and come back in
I
because
think
you're freezing. Uh-huh. Go,
go,
go
you
back
said go
out
back
and come
out.
back in and come back in. Uh-huh, because it's
Okay.
freezing.
Okay.
Tonight this is amazing. Empress talking about her condition with lupus, but her story always seems to amaze me, you guys, about how she's passionate about everything about her life and what she's going through and the steps that she has taken to achieve these things. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring her on here because When you live with an autoimmune disease or any type of disease that afflicts your body in a negative way, it sends you through your emotional roller coaster, because like you said, one day you feel good, the next day you don't feel good, and your body is being attacked on a regular basis. Just like she was saying that she didn't have any type of, let me go ahead and bring her on, you guys. Wait just a second. We're gonna
I
add
am
Miss Empress. There you go.
backstage.
Okay, you're in.
Okay, you see me?
You're back. Yeah, you're
Listen,
back.
I just
You know
said,
what?
God, listen.
We're not defeated, girl. We're not defeated. Like you
Yeah,
said, we're not laying down. We're sitting up. But Empress, tell them, because we have just a few
we're
minutes. But
sitting up.
tell them, what are some of the holistic things that you do right now? Because you look amazing. You're still standing. You know, you're
Thank
still moving forward, and you gave us everything that you've been through. But what is Empress today, and where's she at today? And give them some of the things of what is your lifestyle that you live at this moment when it comes to a holistic living.
I
I think
love that.
she's
Great question. So,
okay.
Empress today, I actually have an appointment coming up in a couple of weeks with another holistic practitioner who
Uh-huh.
is really, really good. And she actually has dealt with autoimmune issues herself. So, I'm excited to chat with her. I also have an appointment with the cardiologist so we can see what's going on with my heart. Because, it's some stuff going on with my heart. I'll say that. It's not
Right.
terrible. It's not just horrible, but we need to address it.
Need to address it.
So I still believe, exactly. I believe in Western medicine, but I believe wholeheartedly in holistic medicine. So
Mm-hmm.
right now I'm doing vitamin D shots. I do a CoQ10 as a vitamin shot, and then I do a mineral blend shot, which has all your zinc, magnesium, copper, all of those things. So those are the
Mm-hmm.
vitamin shots that I do. I'm looking at the NAD plus shot, which is good for
Okay.
people with autoimmune diseases. I make sure I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I meditate daily. I pray and talk to God throughout the day, not just once or twice a day. I mean, once or
Right.
twice in one day. I have to talk to God throughout the day, every single day, because if my chest starts feeling pain, I'm like, God, what is this? I need to
Right.
hear you. I need to feel your
Right.
presence so I know I'm not tripping. So
Right.
that, like, I mean, outside of taking these holistic regimens, really
Mm-hmm.
having God here all
There you
around me and
go.
talking to him throughout the day and remembering these scriptures, because I don't know if y'all can see them, but I have them like all on my closet door. I need to look at that because I see the facts. I see the
Right.
facts. I see these lab tests. And those are facts. But
Right.
the truth that I tell myself every day is no weapons formed against me shall prosper. And hold on, God, this weapon is forming and it's heavy. But you said it won't prosper. So I'm walking
That's the
into
key. It
that.
won't prosper.
I'm believing that. So I have to tell myself this stuff every day. I have to do breath work every single day. I'm moving my
Mm.
body, 3 to 4 times a week, whether it's walking, stretching, body movement.
Right.
And then I also, I get massages. I go to a wellness center to where I can be in the meditation room. I can be in the sauna. I have to do these
Right.
things 2 or 3 times a month because I have to live a different lifestyle
Yes,
than
you
what
do.
the average person lives, because eating healthy and exercising is not enough. Not when you're diagnosed with autoimmune disease. You
No,
have to change your entire life. Some people call it the rich people life, but it's the healthy
it's the
person's.
healthiest life. Now, Empress, we're out of time right now. But before we get off, what if you could give any advice, any inspiration, anything to tell the people? What would you say?
Great question. I would say make sure you keep God first. If,
Hmm.
like, your grandma told you that and she didn't tell you that just for no reason, if you keep God first and ask God and keep God at the forefront of every single thing you do and how you move, I promise you will be
Yes.
just fine. You will have all things flow to you the way they're supposed to.
I love that. And you guys, I want you guys to take heed to what she's saying, because she's a living witness, you guys. She's a living witness that she is here standing today, and she had gave some detrimental things that she had been through. in her life with her body being attacked, and she's still here today to tell the story. She's going to continue to be here today to be an advocate uh, for herself and for the people who do have autoimmune disease, and to let them know that, you know what, there is life. You don't have to just stop just because you've been diagnosed. But we thank you guys here on Sacred Healing, where we're going to be bringing you a wealth of knowledge of how to be healthy, the different steps that we can take, no matter if you, like you said, if you have an autoimmune disease, if you've been diagnosed with a different type of a disease, or just mental health, all of above, mind, body, and soul. Sacred Healing is bringing it to you so we can be whole, we can prosper and flourish to the most. But we got to go. Thank you until next time. We love you. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.